What's up, YTPC? Ginger Piper here, and let me center this camera. This is my first super casual, just smoke and talk video. Got a decaf coffee. I have a pipe that I made, and I'm smoking some Solani aged barley flake. Now, I was just watching a video by another member of the YTPC. Talking about smoking tobacco that doesn't burn easily. And I just wanted to made me want to make a video about preparing your tobacco, because I feel like that's something that, if you're just taking tobacco right out of the jar or right out of the tin and not experimenting with the tobacco to get it to a point, well, really to get it to the best point for you, you're really missing out on what pipe smoking can be. So when I take this tobacco out, this Solani aged barley flake, it's a pretty moist flake. I rub it to a little bit above a ribbon cut, almost like a ready rub. It's kind of between a ribbon cut and a ready rub. And I let it sit out and dry for 10 to 15 minutes. And that gets it to the point where it's not crispy, but it's not sopping wet, or I guess it isn't really even sopping wet when you take it out. It's just a little too moist. But it gets it to a perfect smoking point for me so that I can puff on it at not a crazy rate, but a decent enough rate, and I'm not going to burn the hell out of my tongue. There are some people that dry their tobacco out until it's crispy dry, and other people that like to take it right out of the tin, and you'll have to do a ton of relights when you first start smoking it to get it to that point where you want it to be. Now, when it's more moist, you're going to get a lot different smoking experience, one from the heat, but two from the flavor. And that depends, the moisture level will take you to a lot of different places. So there are certain tobaccos that I like a little more moist, and I know that I do have to smoke them slower because I don't want to char my tongue and get wicked tongue bite. And then others where I just want to enjoy it, and the added flavor of it being moist is not worth the tongue bite for me. Especially, I'm a rather fast smoker compared to someone who can really take it easy. I also tend to smoke a lot while I'm working. So I like to be able to just not think about it and just puff away. So this video is definitely for the newer to intermediate pipe smoker. Because while I'm smoking a burley now, I typically smoke Virginias all day, like 3 to 4 or 5 bowls while I'm working. And I can smoke them all day without destroying my tongue, but it's because I'll prepare them in that way. I've actually been smoking a lot of Carolina Red Flake from Cornell and Deal, and that comes at the perfect moisture level for me. So I just rub it out. I don't let it sit at all, because if I do, then it actually gets too dry and then it smokes too hot. But you really have to play with the tobaccos. And if you're a new pipe smoker and you keep getting tongue bite with something, try drying it out. See how you can better prepare the smoke for you. There have even been times when I've taken an entire tin of tobacco, spread it on a cookie sheet with some aluminum foil so I don't get any crud in there, or whatever's on your cookie sheet, if they tend to build up over time, and just let it dry for 15 minutes, the entire tin, so that I know that that tin is just good to load into a pipe and smoke it whenever I want. So I would definitely recommend experimenting with your tobacco. Let me know how you find it and what you're playing with. There are some tobaccos I have tried to smoke. Let me check the time because I have to go in 10 minutes. There are some tobaccos that I've still not worked out how to smoke right for me. Like Samuel Gawith Full Virginia Flake, I've tried it right out of the tin. It's too moist. I've tried it with an hour of drying time. It's still too moist. It doesn't really smoke well for me at all. I've dried it overnight, and now it's too dry, and you lose a lot of the flavor. So I have to. I don't know. I don't know about that tobacco. For me, anyway. But what you're trying to do is really get that tobacco to sting, something that can become your go-to tobacco, and something that you don't have to light 30 times just to get a good smoke on. Now, some people like that, and if you like that, that's a different story. But basically, what I'm trying to push is the experimentation. Try it in different pipes. Try it at different moisture levels. Try it smoking with matches. Try it with a butane lighter. Because each tobacco really is its own journey of you discovering how to smoke it. They behave very differently depending on the cut, the age, the specific tin. I would say the specific tin is less of a factor. You're going to find, I found pretty good consistency in most things that I've bought, unless you're buying bulk. But yeah, I really just wanted to, I haven't made any visuals that are just visuals. I haven't made any videos that are just kind of me casually talking, which is, what the YTPC is all about. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I post every day. Follow me at the Ginger Piper. I'd love if you want to see a video on a certain topic, then leave it down in the comments and I'll make a video about it. I guess right now I'm just going to say happy smokes. If you do any experimenting with dry times or re-moisturizing your tobacco, rehydrating, that's what I meant to say, which I actually have a video on if you want to watch it. But let me know down in the comments because I love hearing stories about that stuff and I want to know what works for you. And if anybody has a really good way to smoke Samuel Gawith Full Virginia Flake, please let me know because that is just like, I've heard so many different ways of how to smoke it and everybody's is different. So have a great night. Happy smokes. Peace.